Hey guys, my name is Coach Kevin. I'm a health coach. I'm also a corrective exercise specialist. That means I focus mainly in correcting imbalances, helping people with their movement patterns and feel better. I've been getting a lot of questions about, exactly what is foam rolling, how to foam rolling, what type of foam roller should I use. So I want to use this video to go over those things with you guys. So um, before I get into that though, I think it's going to be very important that I discuss a little bit about imbalances because that's going to tie into what the foam roller does and how it really helps you. So what imbalance are? I'm talking about muscular imbalance. So imbalances, what they do is they cause us to move in a non-natural way, and they can also cause us to create injuries where we could be prevented otherwise. What tends to happen is through whether that is our everyday, what we're doing every day in our movement. A lot of us are sitting down all day. A lot of us are doing the same repetitive tasks that causes certain muscles to become tight or short. Think of those muscles as being strong or too strong. And then, on the other spectrum, there's going to be those stabilizing muscles that are too weak. So what happens is, you say in a sitting position for too long, these muscles right here in the psoas in this example are going to be tight. They're going to be short, which is going to mean your back is going to be longer in the fibers, and it's going to be weaker, which can cause pain there, right? So a little bit of background there, right? So what we want to do first is we want to stretch and lengthen those tight, short muscles. We want to strengthen the weaker muscles. So a good modality or a good way to do that is to use a foam roller. Now, quick disclaimer, foam rollers aren't for everybody, right? It's up to you. But if you're somebody who has a rheumatoid arthritis, osteopenia, osteoporosis, you have some type of brittle bone or joints, you may not want to use a foam roller just due to having the added stress there. Definitely, if you have any questions, you would want to ask your physician. Physical therapists, occupational therapists are also good resources to reach out to as well. So, without further ado, right? So, what do foam rollers do? A lot of people think they stretch. They actually don't stretch muscles, not really in a traditional way. So they're actually there like a massage. So think about if you've ever got a massage, you're putting pressure on your muscle and that's going to release the tension. And the foam roller is the same concept. There's little receptors in those muscles that respond to pressure. And think of your muscles being tight like this. A lot of times when they're really tight, they can create knots, or also called adhesions, and just stretching is not really going to loosen those up. So when we foam roll or we massage gun, it's all the same concept. It helps us release the tension so we can stretch it back in the normal position. So with foam rollers, you have a lot of different types of foam rollers. For me, if you're new, I would suggest using a more pliable material. We have this is a regular styrofoam roller. These are really good and they're pretty cheap too. But this one won't, it will still dig into the muscle and help you relax it, but it shouldn't be too hard for you. Then we have, well, these guys just kind of a regular roller. You'll see these a lot of times. It's got the hard plastic inside and it's got the padding on the outside. So that way it is a little bit more advanced and you'll be able to roll out more muscle here and get a little deeper in that muscle in that fashion. So then, I even have a little guy right here with these little knobs. So if you can see these little knobs right here, just there to have a little bit more grip and dig a little bit deeper into that muscle. Again, we're trying to get deep into that fascian muscle to release the tension there. So next thing we want to do is just go over a couple things. So just some basic some basic muscles that we'll find that to be tight. A lot of times are, like I mentioned, the muscle in the hip flexors, right here in the sides of the IT band, and even in the glutes, right, can cause lots of issues there. You hear of sciatica, piriformis tightness can really lead to that, or just be a symptom, right? So what we can do is foam roll some muscles. So let's say, we're tight here. We're somebody who sits down a lot in the office. That's what we work. Most of the time, again, our muscles are going to be tight in these hip flexors areas. So that's psoas, that's your quadricep, even the IT band and TFL muscles. So we're going to use for just for a show here, we're going to use the regular little styrofoam roller. All right, so with this foam roller, we're going to start with these muscles right here, the quads. And what we're going to do is place it right here at the base of the knees. And then we're going to put some pressure on it, go from the elbow, almost like a plank. And then we're going to roll. I'm going to use my elbows to roll nice and slow. It's not a race. The important part is we're releasing tension. So we should be breathing slowly, letting the air out. And we should be placing some weight on it and keeping our back in the neutral position. So we don't want to be arched, we don't want to be hunched too much. I always have that neutral spine. So I'd say after doing this about 5 passes, 30 seconds, that should be enough time to move on. Next area we want to do is that IT band. So this muscle is in control of the outward motion or the abduction of your legs. So a lot of times we find that to lead to tightness in the piriformis that can put pressure on a lot of nerves and make some issues with pain there. So we can go from the side here. And again, it depends on your tolerance. You necessarily don't have to put all your weight on it. You can kind of use this foot for support and roll. But if you're someone who's been doing this for a little while and you feel comfortable, you can even stack your feet, and that's going to put even more pressure, which is going to get deeper into the muscle. So again, we want to get pretty deep in there, and then make sure, again, about 5 passes, 30 seconds, and then you'll switch sides. Another one we can do is the glutes or piriformis. So this is a very important muscle. It's right on the top of the glute. So what we can do is it's almost like leaning on one side here. If you can see, yep. And I'm gonna straighten that leg out so that keeps that muscle neutral. And I can even cross here, and I'm even leaving this leg kind of up. So I'm, again, keeping those muscles in the right position. And then again, if you're a little bit newer to this, you can put this leg arm back here, and that'll allow you to give you more support. Same concept. 5 passes, 30 seconds, switch sides, same thing, and then rolling just like that. So guys, this was just a little information on foam rolling and a couple of exercises. If you're interested in learning more, you can always go to reactivetransformations.com, got some videos there, or reach out to me. You can hit my email, or Facebook, Instagram, anything like that. I'd be more than happy to help you out. Thank you guys.